Hello, hello, Frenchie fam. Welcome, welcome. It's Diana from Jersey Frenchies. How's everybody doing tonight? It's time for another live. These puppies are growing so fast. These babies are growing so fast. The older litter is 8 weeks old. The younger litter is 7 weeks old. They'll be going to the older litter is going to be going to the forever homes starting next week, and the younger litter in 2 weeks. Hey, find some treats. Find some treats. Find some treats. Hello, hello. As usual, setting up my lives. I got you. Here we go. These guys just came in from being outside, playing for a little bit. It's time to do my weekly routine of grooming, so I thought I would do a live. Trying to bear with me. As usual, I'm trying to set up both lives on YouTube and TikTok. Hello, hello. Welcome in, Frenchie fam. Thank you so much for joining. I have 2 litters of 13 Frenchie puppies. They're so fast. The older litter just turned 8 weeks old on Monday, and the second litter turned 7 weeks old on Saturday. So it's going really, really fast. I'm coming, Debbie. I'm coming. Hold on. I'm trying just to bear with me, guys. Just trying to get my live going on YouTube also. What's going on, Debbie? What's going on? How's everybody doing today? I got to do a grooming session, so I thought I would go live. I haven't gone live in a couple days, and they're getting so big so quickly. How's everybody doing tonight? Bear with me as I try and set up these lives. I don't know what, because it hasn't given me a notification for the YouTube live. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. I don't know. Hello, hello, welcome in, Frenchie fam. It's Diana from Jersey Frenchies. How is everybody? Let me give the guys some treats. We just came inside from a long play session out in the backyard. Some of the babies are really tired, and some of the other babies, they got them really riled up, as you can see. Here, come here. Okay, we got more. We got more. We got more. We got more. Hold on. Here we go. Who doesn't have a stick? There we go. There we go. Maybe the live. There we go. Finally, the live is up. All right. Okay. All right. Got the live finally going. I'm gonna go inside. And I figured I'll do my weekly grooming session with you guys. Okay. Right now these babies, their nails grow so fast that I have to cut them once a week. So I gotta groom them. I teach them, that it's safe to cut their nails, to touch their ears and all that stuff. So that when they go to their new families, it makes this transition so much easier. So I figured I'd do that tonight as we're live. And if anybody has any questions, come here, baby. Let me start with you. Let me start with you. Hold on, sweetheart. All right, let's see. So what I just threw down was some toilet paper rolls, and inside the toilet paper rolls are some treats that really gets their minds activated. And then I folded up both ends, and they have to figure out how to pry it open to get the treats out. Let some be entertained for a little bit. Makes them use their brains to try and figure out how to take the treats out. You know, different little ways that my little tricks of keeping them entertained, active brains. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. So this little girl is 7 weeks old. You see how used to they are already of me cutting their nails. So it makes it so much easier for when they go home. You know, the last thing I want is, you know, the nightmare stories of how bad Frenchies are at the groomers and stuff like that. So I teach them, I start when they're 1 week old to getting them used to me touching their nails, touching their ears, their eye area to wipe their tear stains, things like that. And you see, this is the outcome. You see how calm they are. So I make sure that I make it a positive experience for them. Right? Right, good girl. Let's see. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Where is everybody tuning in from tonight? Anybody open them yet? Oh, he's getting it open. Anybody else? Anybody else have them open yet? But you see how easy it is to keep them entertained at this age. You don't need a ton of money, you know, just toilet paper rolls, put some treats in it, fold up each end. That'll keep them entertained for a while for them to figure out how to get the treats out. Good girl. Good girl. Let's see, what else we got? Let's see. And then I get them used to, you know, the wrinkle wipes to clean their tear stains. And most of the babies don't have tear stains, but I still like to wipe their faces. That way they get used to this process. What helps a lot with tear stains is A, the food you have them on, B, using stainless steel water bowls and giving them filtered water. The minerals in regular tap water is what causes a lot of the tear stains. Here you go. Hello, hello. Hey, love. How are you? Thought I would do a quick live with their grooming session for the week. You know? To me, it's so important, like I was saying before, I don't know if you heard, for me it's important for them to be used to this whole process for when they go home, transition to their families, that it's not a nightmare story of just trying to get their nail cut or cleaning their ears, you know, anything like that. And then while I'm doing this, I entertain some of the other babies with treats and little toys. Where are your babies? I got one underneath me. Oh, she's over there. Oh, she's learning how to get it. So I put in some toilet paper rolls, and I put some treats inside of them, and I closed up each end, and that's what she's trying to open right now. She's trying to figure out how to get the treats from inside. You know, some of my little silly ways of trying to keep them entertained. And it really, you know, makes them use their mind to figure out how to get the treats out. Hi, good girl. So that's what they're doing right now. Hey, Brayden, welcome in. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So I had them outside for a little while, for a good like 30 minutes, 45 minutes before, what's going on? Before we came up for the live. So you would think they'd be knocked out, but that clearly wasn't enough time outside. Hello, Dana. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. I have 13 Frenchie puppies, 2 different litters. So 13 total puppies. First litter is a litter of 7 babies, and the second litter is a litter of 6 babies. These babies are 5 days apart. So the older litter turns 8. What's going on? 8 weeks old, and the second litter turns 7 weeks old. Where's your good girl? Where's your good girl? Right? All my little bags of tricks. Now I've put some like paw protector. It's balm for their nose and for their pads on their feet. And this, like I said, not that they need it at this age. It's more getting them used to the whole process for when they go home to their families. What's going on? Who's barking? Who's barking? Who's barking? Right? Right. And this is kind of like my once a week routine with them. But I've been doing it since they were 1 week old, so you see how comfortable they are with this at this point. Yeah, it came back down today. It kind of has been up and down and up and down. You know what it is? They're in the process of teething, so it'll go back up. It'll kind of be like that for maybe another month or 2 while they're completely teething up until they're 4 months old. But it'll be back up. I promise. Right now, all their calcium is being geared towards A, their growth spurt that they're going through right now, and B, their teeth. Like I said, they're in the process of teething, or they will be actually anyway, and that'll be done by the time they're 4 months old. We're getting closer. Like I told you, they're the older litter from your babies. Their appointment is on Friday for the vet, and then by next week, we gotta sit down and discuss a day. I was thinking either Friday or Saturday, so either the 31st or the 1st. I also gotta see when my son has off from work, so that he can drive down with me, so we can cover these babies. And right now I'm just putting a little bit of coconut oil on their fur. Just kind of helps hydrate their skin. Just a little bit, not too much. Just a little bit. Right. And then, they get a treat at the end for behaving so well. You want it? You don't want it? Yes, no? No? Maybe if I put you down. How about this? Now do you want it? No? Really? There you go. They're gonna steal it. They're gonna steal it. You don't want it? They're gonna steal it. Hold on. They'll steal it. Here. No. Just thinking about it. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Here you go. There you go. Alright, let's see, did you find them? Still got some in there? There's a couple still in there. They got some out, but not all of them. Alright, who's next? Come on, baby. Your turn. Your turn. Say hi, Mama. She's getting so big. Yeah. Whenever I throw treats in here for them, like these little chew sticks or any kind of chew toys, they will fight over them. Definitely. Even though each one has their own, no, they have to steal the ones from each other, always. Right. Oh, okay. All right, let's see what happens. I'm also waiting for my son's schedule because it hasn't come out yet. And then that way we can plan accordingly. You know, it's so much easier when my oldest is 19, so it's so much easier when another adult goes, especially to take two babies. That's a long drive for them. I need someone to hold them in the carrier, but still be very close by to make sure everything's okay for the long drive. We're getting huge. This went so fast. Like it really did fly. I really don't know where 8 weeks went. And you see how used to she is already of the whole grooming session of cutting nails and stuff like that. So I have 13 total pups, 2 different litters, and they're 5 days apart. The older litter turned 8 weeks old on Monday, and the second litter turned 7 weeks old Saturday. That's this past Saturday. No, not this one. We're not feeling this today. Right. Will we get used to it? See? No. Tea. No, you're not feeling it today. No. Little bits. Nah. Okay, that's it. Oh, girl. It's okay. You're okay. No running away. Alright, let me do your ears. They're calmer tonight, though. That's for sure. There's days out there it's so hectic in here and loud because they're barking and fighting over chew toys and things like that. Tonight's a calmer night. I took them outside for a little while first, for a good 30 to 45 minutes before, and they were playing and running around the whole backyard. So that's why they're a little bit calmer. Not completely, but a little bit calmer. Aw, Dashida, hello. Yes, I do. How are you? Yeah, lady. How's it going? Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. How is everybody? Aren't they getting really big? My gosh, it went so fast. This is why I do the lives, because pictures do not do it justice how much they're growing. So that way, you guys come along for the journey. I'm seeing these babies grow. Y'all want a couple more treats? Here, let's find treats. I randomly throw little treats in here so that way they use their nose and sniff them out, try to find them. More of a little game I do with them. Where are we at? Aw, thanks, Yaya lady. Appreciate it. Maverna, thank you so much. Welcome in. Thanks for joining. They are now, the older litter is 7 weeks old, and the younger litter just turned, I'm sorry, the older litter turned 8 weeks old, and the younger litter turned 7 weeks old. It's going so fast. So now both sets of litters have gotten their first sets of shots. So now I feel comfortable taking them out, at least into my backyard. I can't take them to the park or anything like that yet, obviously, but at least into my backyard. So I put little paw protector balm on, on their very soft still pads. They're still very delicate, so I always put balm on them just to keep them nice and soft and delicate and protected, and also to get used to this whole process of having their feet touched, having balm put on their nose, because some of them don't mind, some of them are still getting used to it. Right, baby, hold on. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Hey Daniel, welcome. Thanks so much for joining. Yeah, lady. What do you mean? I'm not understanding your question. So I'm live tonight, guys, as usual on TikTok and YouTube. So I'm answering questions from both sets of lives. So they're not horribly barkers, but because there's multiple puppies in here and they want to steal each other's chew toys, they will bark, obviously. Because, even though there's plenty of chew toys in here, of course they're going to steal the ones from each other. But if they didn't have like chew toys, no, they're not as huge barkers for the most part. And I'm just putting a little bit of coconut oil to hydrate their skin. Their coat's nice and shiny. The coconut oil is really great for their skin. You get a treat? You get a treat? Yeah, you want that? Here. Good girl. Okay. There you go. One more. One more. One more. Thanks so much for stopping by, Sheeta. I appreciate it. I've been trying to do at least on TikTok live at least once a week. On YouTube at least once a week, and on TikTok I've been doing about 3 lives a week or so. So maybe I'll see you around again. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you soon, okay? You're looking. And then, yeah, that's why I also don't put a ton of coconut oil on their skin, because they will kind of lick it off of each other. They really love the taste of it. Right, good girl. I appreciate that. Thanks so much, Yaya. I would love that. I could always use a sub. Which one's more quiet and don't bark much? Oh, she's trying to take off her ears. So, my little husky panda, the gray fluffy one, right there rolling and trying to take, that has her ears taped and she's trying to take it off. She's super quiet. I really, really like her. We have decided to keep her. Love her personality. She's super quiet, very calm. Right now, she usually minds her business, and while everybody's being rowdy, she'll be in the corner doing her own thing. I really like her. Actually, the little girl Roma right next to her, she's super calm and quiet. I rarely ever hear her bark. I am in Central Jersey, in East Brunswick, actually, to be exact. Are you in Jersey, Yaya? You know the funny thing is, my niece and nephews call me Yaya, so I find that really funny, actually. When my oldest nephew was really little, like when my oldest nephew was born, I was 16. And I, at that age, refused to be called aunt, auntie, or any of that. I just felt I was way too young to be called that. So I told him my name. My name is Diana, right? He could not, obviously, as a little child, couldn't say the name Diana. He was able to say Yaya, right? So to this day, all my nieces and nephews, everybody calls me Yaya. None of them call me aunt. So go figure. Your niece calls you Yaya also? What a coincidence, right? Abdullah, so I keep getting in trouble on the lives for talking about prices, or direct prices. So we're gonna just kind of say code words. We're gonna say berries, okay? I have a couple babies left. I have no short hair babies left, but the short hair babies were 3,000 berries, and the fluffies that are left are all 3,500 berries. Okay. Okay. All right. Mishap. Oh, that was great. And they went flying. Hold on. My ear cleaners went flying. Too many things on the table. Hold on, guys. Hold on. All right, let's see. Bear with me. Grab some coconut oil to put on her skin. Come here. Put some coconut oil on your skin. There we go. Aw, Toodle, welcome in. Thank you so much. Aren't they really sweet at this age? They're growing so fast. And this is just such a cute age. I wish they would all just stay this. If I could put, hit the pause button and they stayed like this, I would keep them all. I really, really would. This is such a fun age, and they're so cute. They're not running around in here, but if they'd be running around, they don't even run. They hop. They look like little bunnies at this age. You're a sucker for a Frenchie? Clearly I am too. I have 7 Frenchies and counting, not including the puppies. They really are. I keep saying it, and I say it over and over again, but it's the truth. They're like potato chips. You can never just have one. Jay, who's available? Okay. Miss Athena? my fawn merle that I'm pointing to right now, she's still available. Roma back here, she's a blue fawn fluffy girl. She's available. Hold on. Oh. Well, Mr. Goliath here. He is an all black, solid black, fluffy male. He's available. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Here you go. And this little girl. My blue and tan fluffy girl, Miss Valencia. Those are the 4 pups I have available. That's 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, these 4. In retrospect, I probably should not have left my work clothes on. Okay. So I'm putting coconut oil on her skin. I, have a huge jar of coconut oil. I put some in a smaller container, and I'm just putting a little bit of coconut oil on her skin. It really helps hydrate her skin, her fur. It's really good for them. This is kind of like my grooming session day. Doing some nails, cleaning some ears, cleaning the nasal folds, whatchamacallit, why am I blanking? Just like the wrinkles, cleaning the wrinkles. You always want to clean the wrinkles on Frenchies. And it's just kind of getting used to this whole routine. I've been doing this routine since they were a week old. So they're used to being handled really well. All right, my good girl, what haven't I done with you? Oh, brushing. Brushing. I should have brushed you before I put the coconut oil in, but I will put it more in. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Now they're going down. I figured, like I said, I had them playing outside for a good probably 45 minutes or so before the live. So they gotta be tired. Very good girl. Let's see what's left. Congratulations on your Frenchie. I like to do it. It keeps their, like they said, like their skin and their coat so hydrated, and it makes it look shinier and just healthier. So I like to do the coconut oil on their skin. But you could also put it into their food. Just like a little small teaspoon into their food once a day also helps so much from the inside out. And there's just a little, balm for their paws also to keep their paw pads nice and hydrated and healthy also. Especially right now that it's summer. I mean, these little guys aren't going on concrete, but if you guys are walking your dogs on concrete, it's so hot out there, it could really burn and dry out and crack their paw pads. I love this brand. It's called the Original Style. It's a paw protector. It really helps with that, with their paws. And then it also doubles as nose balm. And it's all natural. There's nothing unhealthy in it. So that's what I really like about that. Right. Yeah, I know. We're all still getting used to putting this on their noses. Come on. Mommy. There you go. Okay, that's it. Good girl. Good girl. Hold on, don't jump. I got you. So you have an English Bulldog puppy. How old? A lot of the dryness, I'll be honest, is going to be the food. So if they're having already skin issues or allergies or dryness, it's food. That's usually the number one, especially with Frenchies or English Bulldogs. They have very sensitive guts. So if the food's not going to agree with them, it's going to show up in their skin, like allergies, dryness, all that stuff. So start with some salmon oil, a good quality salmon oil to add to their food. B, put the coconut oil on their skin, right? And C, you might have to change the food. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I am very blessed that I don't have allergies with our adults. And that's because we don't give the adults kibble. We give the puppies kibble, but that's because their nutritional requirements are very different. So I don't like to mess with that. But once after they turn a year old, we transition them to homemade food. And that really, really helps with gut issues, I'll be honest. Or skin allergies, any kind of allergies, skin issues, things like that. Of course, I'm here to help. So I know, you know, home cooked food is not the easiest for everybody. I get it, but once your dogs are adults, kibble, there's like no nutritional value to kibble. It's processed at such a high temperature that they kill all the nutrition out of it. So you're really just feeding them emptiness, honestly. There's nothing good left in it. So I really do believe in a home cooked meal, but that's just me. And like I said, that's really going to help with gut issues. So like I said, these little guys, because they're, you know, they're still growing and their demands are very different than the adults, and I don't like to mess with those ratios that they need of you know, proper nutrition. I do keep them on a high quality kibble, but once they're over a year old, like all the adults, I have them on home cooked meal. So we will cook big batches of ground turkey, ground lamb, and then we'll rotate some kind of organ meat, because dogs need organ meat. Not just any kind of meat, they need organ meat in their diet. So we will rotate either turkey or beef hearts, beef liver, beef kidney. We'll kind of rotate it so they get a little bit different something every week. And then we'll add quinoa and brown rice to that, and veggies like sweet potatoes, carrots, we're really good for them, spinach, broccoli, things like that. We cook all that up, and that's what we feed our dogs. What's going on? So also, it also depends on also what kind of kibble you have them on. Remember, Frenchies and English Bulldogs, a lot of them are allergic to chicken. So if you have them on a chicken formula, that can also be potentially what's causing his skin issues. So we are a chicken-free household for all the Frenchies for that reason. Just in case. You know, I need to make a cookbook. I can send you over the recipe. I could do that. But yeah, maybe, well, what kind of food do you have them on? I'm telling you, if it has even chicken byproduct, that could be really affecting his gut. And that's what could be causing, you know, a lot of his dry skin. So for the puppies, we have them on Signature, and it's a multi-source protein, but it has no chicken in it. And like I said, for the adults, it's a turkey, lamb, and different kind of organ meats. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I've been doing this for over 19 years. So kind of, you know, pick up a thing or two along the way. You know, it's all based on trial and error over the years. I appreciate it. Thank you. Where'd you go? I'm looking for my little ear cleaners. Where'd the... Oh, there we go. Tea. But yeah, please ask away questions. I'm here to help out, you know? Like I said, 19 years, I've trialed and errored so much, you know? I don't mind sharing the knowledge. And that's the thing. I think a lot of people aren't told and don't realize and don't learn until it's the hard way that Frenchies are allergic to chicken. So once their babies end up, on Apoquel and all these different allergy medications because they can't figure out what it is, then when they do the allergy test, then that's when they find out that it's like a chicken allergy or any kind of poultry allergy. So I'm like, I wish the breeders or wherever they get their babies from would tell them this up front, and it would help save them, so much heartache and headaches and probably money, honestly, along the way. So because doing all those allergy testing and things like that are not cheap at all. We're all knocking down. What time is it? No, it's 9:04. Yeah, sounds about right. Usually they take a nap before their last meal. Their last meal is usually around 10 p.m. I've been trying to start bringing it down a little sooner. So we went from 10 to now 9:30. And, as they get a little older, that they could hold off through the night more, then I'll bring it down some more. Their first meal starts at 6 a.m. So I don't like raw eggs. There's potential for salmonella and all those things in that, so I don't give them raw eggs. But if you give them like a semi-boiled egg, what do you call that? Soft-boiled egg, because now it's at least cooked enough where it kills any potential bacteria, but it's still soft enough where it retains all the nutrients. That's really good for them too. That's the secret to not hard boiling it and not leaving it raw, just that soft boiled, enough, like I said, where it still has all the nutritional value. That's gonna help with their skin so much too, and help with, the shininess of their coat. You're such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. See those balls? Let me see those balls. They're winding down. I keep trying to find the right time for me to do these lives, because I've noticed that once I do them like after 8, they start to wind down. Actually all the time, because I've been trying to do lives at 6, and then they'll play for a little bit and they wind down on me. 8 p.m. they definitely winding down on me. We're still at we play hard for a good 45 minutes to it keeps extending. So 45 minutes to an hour they play really hard, then it's nap time. Still a lot of naps. Oh my gosh, they would surround you. They would love all the kisses. If I sit, well, now they're asleep, but if I were to sit, and half of my lives I usually do sitting down, they just all kind of surround me. They all want individual loving. They really do love that, And Frenchies, even at this age or any age, they're big, huge Velcro dogs. They just want to be loved all the time. They're tearing my pads apart. Oh, I see why. They're still trying to work on the treats. I'm gonna have to wake up some of these babies so I can continue cutting some nails. But yeah, this is my routine once a week with all the babies. All 13. Takes me a little bit, but things that need to be done. Right, baby? Good girl. Everybody's quiet tonight. How's everybody doing? Just kind of starting to wind down and relax also tonight. Aw, thanks so much for dropping by, Toodle. I appreciate it. If you ever have any questions, go ahead. Well, you can't through YouTube, but definitely either TikTok or Instagram. Go ahead and send me a DM. Same thing, same handle, Jersey Frenchies. Any questions you have, okay? Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. You have a great rest of your night. You work overnight? Kimberly, thank you for joining. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. I have, well, they're mostly sleeping now, but it's 2 litters of 13 Frenchie puppies total. They were up and playing around a little bit ago, but you know, it's 9 o'clock. They're winding down. And the second litter, I'm gonna have to take their ears up soon. The short hairs, it's so much easier for their ears to go up because they're not as heavy. They have short hair. But the fluffies have a lot of hair on their ears, so it makes it harder for them to stand. It takes longer. So I'm gonna have to tape them probably tonight or tomorrow. I will tape them up for a couple days and then they will stay up. I also give them extra cottage cheese in their meals to help with that process of making them stand. Because they need calcium right now. Hold on. Let me just fix this. Give me a second. Alright. If they see lifted up pads, they will definitely want to destroy them. So yeah, cottage cheese helps because right now, oh my gosh, all the coconut oil all over me. Probably should not have worn my work scrubs. Where was I? Sorry. So calcium. Their calcium right now is getting redirected. A, to their bones because they're going through growth spurts, and B, for their teeth. They're teething right now. So all the calcium is going to that. And that takes a priority over their ears. So 2 litters, 13 puppies total. First litter turned 8 weeks old on Monday, and the second litter turned 7 weeks old this past Saturday. So they're 5 days apart between the 2 litters. And just, you know, thank you for joining. Appreciate it. Just doing my weekly grooming routine with them. And you see how used to they are already of getting their nails trimmed and any kind of grooming. Do you want a couple more treats? She's looking for some treats. You want to find it? You want to find it? Here, go find. You gotta sniff them out though. Sniff them out. She just wants me to hand her the treat. No, sniff it out. Go find it. Go find it. What's going on? You want kisses? You want kisses? You want kisses? Oh, good girl. There you go. Good girl. She's trying to sniff them out now. Everybody's kind of behind me, aren't they? I don't think everybody can see them sleeping, huh? Or, hold on, I will move over. They're all, ooh, hold on. They're all piled up over there. I'll move over here. Let's see, right there. Let me just move this. Oh, it's gonna be harder for me to get to. Okay, let's see. But yeah, that's kind of how they sleep. Kind of bunched up, piled up together. I did you, you guys. It's quiet tonight. Usually I have everybody asking me a ton of questions. You're all just watching these babies sleep. promise they were more active a little while ago. Hold on, let me see. Alexa, how much time left on the timer?
You have 3 minutes left on your 58-minute timer.
I've had to put on Alexa because TikTok likes to knock me off the live at exactly 1 hour. It keeps saying for inactivity. So if I don't touch the button on the camera before an hour, they will automatically lock me off of the live. So I've had to resort to setting up a timer. Ooh, this is harder. Ooh. This is harder. Let's see. Serena, hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. I have 2 litters of 13 Frenchie puppies. They were active a little while ago, but it's now after 9, and you see the big pile of sleeping babies at this point. And I'm just kind of doing my weekly routine of grooming them, getting them used to being handled, nail cutting, wrinkle cleaning, ear cleaning, all those things. So that when they go home, and they're not nightmares for their future families. Let me go touch that screen real quick, guys, before it shuts it off. Hold on, guys. Let's see. Let's see. There, let's see. All right, that should be good. Just had to touch the screen. Can you see her, guys? Do you see how she's sleeping in the corner? I love that. I love when they sleep like that. It shows me how comfortable they are. Oh, eating my chair. They love to eat this chair. It's got like a little padding on it. They love to eat my chair. Every time I put it in here. Genetic nightmares? No, not at all, actually. You get them from a proper breeder who actually cares about health and structure. They're not genetic nightmares. Now, if you get it, if you're trying to look for a really cheap Frenchie, Alexa, stop. If you're trying to look for a really cheap Frenchie, then from a backyard breeder who doesn't care about health and structure, then yeah, they will be genetic nightmares. Hold on, let me see this. Eating my chair. You keep eating my chair. All right, I gotta be a little closer. Sorry if I blocked the view of the puppies, but I can't reach my little side table where I have all my supplies. So the Merles is not originally in the French Bulldog, you're correct. But it was introduced over 30 years ago. So now it's been in the Frenchie world for over 30 years. But you're correct, it was not originally one of the colors for French Bulldogs. Does it take more than 30 years? It takes probably over 100 years. The AKC has had the same 5 colors. That they only recognize 5 colors for French Bulldogs. They have not in over 100 years recognized any other color for French Bulldogs. So that is going to definitely take more than 30 years, obviously. They are just now finally in the works of recognizing blue as a standard color for a French Bulldog, and that took how long? So how the AKC comes up with the rules, that's a whole nother story. That beats me. Let's see. But for the AKC, like they only recognize 5 colors, but that's the only time that really honestly matters is if you are planning to show your dog in AKC show ring. The rest, it's just paint on them, you know. They're still 100% French Bulldog. You could still register them with the AKC. The only thing is you just can't show them. But most families don't really care about showing them. You know what I mean? And here's my thing. You could have an AKC recognized color on a French Bulldog, but it doesn't mean that they're actually going to even be healthy if the breeder didn't breed them for health and structure. You know what I mean? A coat pattern isn't going to guarantee a dog's health, if you get what I mean. Nor is a coat pattern going to guarantee a dog's temperament. You know what I mean? That's the thing. I think people get stuck on the whole, it's not standard. But standard doesn't matter if it wasn't bred correctly, if the breeder didn't take time to breed, you know, a healthy, structured dog. If they didn't do genetic testing, look at the structure, make sure that the airway is good, you know, the temperament. There's a lot that goes into properly breeding any breed of dog. Here we go, girl. You next, girl. I'm just kind of brushing the coconut oil into the skin feather. You scared me, girl. Let me see your nose. It's okay, it's okay. I'll take your... Okay. I've been on live for a little bit over an hour. How many dogs have I done? I'm sitting here talking a lot. Oh, it's gonna be a long night if I take this long. Here, good girl. Good girl. Here we go, good girl. What time is it? It's 9:22. Okay. You want the treats? Want treats? No? 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 You want treats? Everybody knows what that means. They all know that's come for treats. Real quick. Where'd you go, good girl? You don't want it? You got a treat? No treat? No treat? No? Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm obsessed with all these little babies, but this little girl I find to be so sweet, so incredibly sweet. She's absolutely beautiful. She is a blue trimerle, meaning she has 3 colors on her. She's got this gray pattern, which is called the blue. She's got the black spots. She's got the tan points, and she came out. She's the only puppy that came out exactly like her daddy. Her daddy has heterochromia, which means one blue eye, one brown eye. I don't know if you guys can see. She's got blue eye on the right, brown eye on the left. Absolutely beautiful girl. Obsessed with this little girl. Let's get some nails. Let's see those nails. Let's see those nails. Stunning, stunning girl, in my opinion. She's really sweet. She's calm, unless someone tries to steal her treat. and then she'll bark, but for the most part, she is quiet, calm, and gorgeous. Ooh. There we go. You gave him a kisses. There we go. One more. Now you see how easy it is to cut all her nails at this point. That's the way it always should be. With any breed, not just French Bulldogs, with any breed. Instead of these crazy stories that I see, or crazy TikToks that I see of Frenchies being just insane at the breeder. That I don't like seeing. So this is why I start at 1 week old, when they're 1 week old, of getting them used to being handled so much. Where's your good girl? Everybody's quiet tonight. Anybody have any questions for me? I'm always here to answer questions. Let's clean some ears. Hey, good girl. All right. Now we're just kind of trucking along. A bunch of babies still to do. It's a whole process to take care of 13 babies, but not hard at all, and I love it. I really genuinely enjoy taking care of these babies. It's hard not to when they're this sweet and all they want to do is give you kisses all the time. Now everybody is officially out, except for this little boy. I got you next, son. One more ball. Let's see. Let's see, sweetheart. Here we go. Hi, babies. Alright, guys. I think I'll do 1 or 2 more pups, and if nobody has any questions, I think I might wrap it up for the night. You see, you know, the gist of what my night consists of. Every night is something different with them. You know. Did I do your nose? Did I do your nose? A little bit of coconut oil to make her coat really beautiful and for her skin. Good salmon oil in their food, coconut oil on their skin. Goes a long way with these babies. They both help so much for inflammation and to prevent dry skin and allergies and all that stuff. That's not the only thing that'll prevent it, but it does help, especially with skin issues. Not that these guys have skin issues, but it's always great to start this other routine so that they, don't get the allergies. Right. Good girl. Girl. They are. They are in bed. That's why they're taking a nap. They still get one more meal tonight. They're 7 and 8 weeks. They can't go, longer than 8 hours without food. Their sugar will drop. So they still get one more meal tonight. You want it? Oh, you dropped it. You got it? There you go, good girl. You keep dropping it. She keeps dropping it. Here. Come here. Here you go. I got hey, hello Juliana. I have a bunch of fluffies. They're all kind of sleeping behind me. Grab my chair. They're all kind of powered down after playing for a long time. I got coconut oil all over me. I got a bunch of fluffies. They're all kind of behind me. That's the thing. He's still awake. I got this little boy Fluffy. He's a new shade Isabella. Fluffy boy. Gorgeous little boy. Full Fluffy. The little Merle female I just had, she's a Fluffy. This little girl here sleeping, Miss Roma, she's still available. She's a Fluffy. The girl behind her is a blue and tan Fluffy. She's still available. So this is Miss Roma. This is Miss Valencia. The one in the back is a fawn Merle Fluffy. She's still available. That's Athena. I got a couple of Fluffies. Still looking for their forever homes. They're all just kind of sleeping behind me. They don't even know where to park my chair at this point. Oh, and my live ended. Still ended, huh? Okay. Still did the same thing even though I logged in. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Hold on, let me get back on TikTok Live. All right, bear with me, YouTube. It knocked me off my live again. All right, let's see. So bear with me. All right. Probably gonna give it about another 10 minutes or so, and if nobody else has any questions, I'm gonna call it a night. I've been on for, what is it, about an hour and a half now? All the babies are sleeping. Let me move my chair over. Actually, here. They're sleeping. Maybe I'll sit on the ground. Sit here. Oh, let me see this. Let me see this. All right. Jules, I will reply after the live. Definitely. Thank you so much for joining. Every time I do a TikTok live, it ends up kicking me off after a while. No matter if I touch the buttons or not, it says that I've been inactive. So sorry about that, guys. You're such a sweet boy. Sweet. Here we go. It's quiet. Everybody's sleeping. It's usually not this quiet around here. Let's see. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining, Frenchie Fam. Tonight's my night routine of grooming with the babies. A lot of them have powered down already for a nap, but I'm still doing my grooming, my weekly grooming session of cutting their nails, cleaning their ears, cleaning their wrinkles, things like that, putting coconut oil on their fur. Right, good girl. Yes, good girl. They're very sweet at this age. Bonnie, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. They are French bulldogs. I have 2 litters of 13 puppies. The first litter turned 8 weeks old on Monday, and the second litter turned 7 weeks old this past Saturday. And it's late. It is late. It's after 9:30. So they're all kind of powering down. Just kind of doing my weekly grooming routine with them. Here we go. What's up, good girl? See, they all just want some loving. Right, baby? Yes, you're so sweet. So how many of your babies are this well behaved during grooming sessions? Hi Amanda, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. Let's talk some code words because I already got a warning and they shut my lives off and blocked me from doing lives for a little bit because talking about prices. So we're gonna say code words. We're gonna say berries, okay? Now all the short hair babies have already been spoken for and they all have homes to go to, but the short hair babies are 3,000 berries, and the fluffy babies, excuse me, with the exception of 2 babies that I have left, but all the other fluffy they're all on this side. All the fluffy babies that are in the back are 3,500 berries, with the exception of this little girl and this little boy. They are a little bit different price points, but everybody else, like I said, 3.5 berries, okay? Yes, Bonnie. They're looking for their forever homes. So short hair babies are 3,000 berries. I just don't have any short hair babies left. They have all been spoken for already. That's the thing. I didn't have a ton of short hair babies between the 2 litters, and the ones that we did have already been spoken for and are reserved. Lady, I'm not sure if you heard, but they're 2 litters, 13 puppies. First litter is 8 weeks old, and the second litter just turned 7 weeks old. copy of her scratching herself against me. Alright. Let's see. Is that frozen? I'm just putting some coconut oil on their fur now. Coconut oil is so good for their fur and their skin. It's really hydrating. What you smelling, girl? Good boy. Good boy. I like to, handle them obviously every day. And I like to just feel around. Since there's 13 pups and they play kind of rough sometimes, they will kind of bite each other, nibble each other. So I always grab each puppy individually every day, hold them, feel around to make sure that they don't have any kind of bite marks or anything like that. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And I'm also massaging the coconut oil in. All right, baby. Some treats. And I always try to make it a positive experience and I give them a treat afterwards. So that way, like I said, it just makes it so much of a positive experience if they get a treat after they've been so good for the grooming sessions. Hey, good boy. Boy. Hi. You want one too? You want one too? Baby here. Hi, real Juliana. So I don't have any short hair babies left. I have fluffies left. We will talk in code words. I keep getting in trouble with the lives or with TikTok in general about prices. They're super strict about that. So it's kind of hard. I'm kind of blocking them, aren't they? They're kind of sleeping. But I have babies in the back. The fluffy babies that I have left, with the exception of this little boy who keeps giving me kisses, and this little girl, but all the other fluffies are 3.5 berries, with the exception of these two babies. But everybody else are 3.5. You look at me, they love the way that coconut oil tastes. So they're licking my hands right now, trying to lick the coconut oil off. Hi. Someone woke up from a nap. Hello, your turn. I got you. This is Mr. Monaco. He is a lilac and tan husky panda boy. And by husky panda, what that means is just the markings around his eye. That's what the pattern is called. Still 100% French bulldog, just what the pattern is called. That's what they've been calling it now. This little boy is absolutely stunning. He's going to be staying here with us. I couldn't let this beautiful boy go. Right. And he's just the sweetest thing. He really melts our heart. He's so spoiled. Look at him. He loves to just be held like a baby, and he loves it. So he stole our hearts, and he's going to be staying here with us. How many berries? 3.5 berries for the fluffies that are left, with the exception, like I said, of two babies. This little boy and this little girl. These two little babies are a different price point, but all the other fluffies are all 3.5. This little boy and this little girl they're all very special, but these two are super extra special. She is absolutely stunning, this little girl. She is a blue merle tri, meaning she's got 3 coat patterns, and she's got 1 blue eye, 1 brown eye. Really, really stunning little girl. And this little boy is sorry, baby. The new shade Isabella Fluffy Boy. And he's gonna keep his blue eyes. He is absolutely gonna be stunning when he grows up too. Absolutely, this baby. Um, 3,500. So I only have fluffies available left. All the short hair babies are already spoken for. They're already reserved. So I only have fluffies babies left. They are 3,500 berries. Like I said, with the exception of 2 extra special babies that I have left. But all the other fluffies are the 3.5 thousand berries. Right, little boy? Right, baby boy? Right, baby boy? Alright. But, and how many adults do I have? I have 7 total adults. 5 are French bulldogs. I have a rescue pit, and we call her my grandma of the house. I have a soon to be in September. She'll be 14 years old. She's a Havanese. So I have 7 total adults in the house. Dogs, obviously. Eleven. Thank you for joining. Welcome in. So I have fluffy babies left. All the short hair babies have already been spoken for. Most of the fluffies are 3.5 berries, meaning 3,500 berries. Good boy. Good boy. So yeah, if anybody has questions, please feel free to send me a DM, or there's also a link in my bio for puppy application. I wish I could show you guys more which ones are available. It's just everybody's pretty much sleeping. Milk drunk, as you can see. Hi, baby. Let me show you. No bags. No bags. Aren't they sweet? Hi, Michelle. Thank you so much for joining. They're all sleeping babies at this point. Miss Milk Drunk over there. Everybody's out. They played hard. Before I did I've been live about an hour and a half now, maybe a little bit more. Right before the live, I had them outside playing for, running around for a good 45 minutes. So they are out for a little bit. But they'll start waking up in a little bit. Usually at 10 o'clock, I give them their last meal. So they'll start waking up soon. Because they're going to be hungry. Oh, I don't. Hello, hello. Oh, man. So Zach, welcome in. Thank you so much. Yes, so Dachshunds and Frenchies and Corgis are all kind of prone to back issues. A lot of it is also taking care of them, make sure that they don't jump on or off the couch, on or off the bed, and a big one is no jumping in or out of the car, right? Having puppy stairs or carrying them in and out of the car. But talk to me. I'm gonna have to research more this percutaneous laser disc ablation that you're talking about. I haven't even heard that there was a preventative. That's the first time I hear that. And I'm sorry, I don't speak French, so I don't understand what you're trying to say. Sometimes I could kind of understand, but this time I know you said excuse me, something about small I'm having a hard time understanding what you're trying to say. I'm so sorry. Tell? I'm so sorry. So I'm live tonight on YouTube and TikTok, and someone's trying to talk to me in French, and I'm having a hard time understanding what they're trying to say. That makes a lot of sense. Wow, I'm gonna have to, you know what, let me screenshot that. Let me look into that. I have been very blessed that I haven't had any of my Frenchies ever have IBDD, but it's always good information to have. Where's my, here we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Now I woke him up. That was silly. That's what I got for trying to take a screenshot. Well, that's a way to wake everybody up. Hi. Hello, everybody. Was not on purpose, but there you go. Right, baby. Right. Thank you for that information, Zach. I definitely screenshot that. I definitely kept that. I'm gonna look more into that. Only 4 in the country, huh? And Allentown's actually not even far. I'm here in Central Jersey. Come here, girl. Come here. Actually, I didn't finish you. Let me finish you. I like to keep informed with, you know, all the latest stuff, and I didn't even know that was a thing, so definitely let me research that. Actually, funny thing is, I was just talking with a fellow breeder the other day, and he also has a little Chihuahua, and I was surprised, ended up with the same thing, IBDD. I didn't even think it was a possibility in Chihuahuas, and he was asking me if I knew anywhere that I could take that, you know, his dog. I mean, his dog is also like 13 years old, but, you know, he loves his dog. He wanted to try and help his dog as much as possible. And he's out in PA, so I'm going to definitely forward that information. I don't know if there's anything that they could do at this point, but it's worth a look, you know? So thank you so much for that information. I really, really appreciate that. You woke up? You woke up, pretty lady? So I've been breeding for over 19 years, and they haven't all been with French Bulldogs. I started off actually with American Red Nose Pit Bulls. And then about almost 9 years ago, I segued into Frenchies. So I'm always learning, always love seeing what is out there and things like that. Like I said, I didn't even know that that a Chihuahua can get IBDD. So that was all new to me too. Your population. Yes. Shame on me. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Hold on, guys. Three emergency back surgeries. Oh, at Penn Vet. Yeah, I haven't heard the greatest Penn Vet. I'm really glad you found them. What are the name of the place? So they're called Eastern PA Vet? Oh, Xavier. Hey! Whose birthday is coming up, Xavier? What do you guys got plans for your birthday, Xavier? Happy early birthday, by the way. Are they getting big? You haven't seen them in a couple weeks. They're growing too fast. You're welcome. Dr. Tracy, I'm keeping all this information. You know that, right? For specific vets and everything. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. Oh, hitting my thing. Oh, my goodness. Meanwhile, you saw everybody else woke up when I turned up the volume by mistake on that. She's still been passed out. Milk drunk. Very unfazed. They're so big, I know, right? You gotta come back. After you guys come back from Germany, you guys gotta come see them before they all go to their homes. You know? Kara, thank you for joining. Welcome in. How are you this evening? Xavier, where are you? You're at your dad's? Look how big Monaco has gotten. He's absolutely huge. Oh, Zach, thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for the information. I'm really, really grateful. And I'm really, really glad that your baby is so much better after you found them. Thanks for joining. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Alright, guys. Here. One more. One more. One more. You want it? No? Yes? Alright. Let's see. I gotta get a couple more wrinkle wipes. I ran out. So let me get another bottle. Give me a sec. I just want to make sure I don't step on it as I get up. Oh my gosh. Hold on, guys. Let me just grab wrinkle wipes, guys. We go through supplies here like if they were water. It's time for new ones. Can you do your wrinkles? Can you do your wrinkles? Good boy. Who's a good boy? Alright, guys. Let's see where we are. Here we go. Jose Tito, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. How are you this evening? Thanks for joining the live. See, I told you guys that they would start to wake up soon. It's almost their feeding time, and they definitely know that. Where are we? I don't think I've done you. I don't think I've done you, have I? No, I have not. Alright. We are doing a grooming session tonight with the babies. I do a grooming session with them once a week to get them used to having their nails cut, ears cleaned, you know, just getting used to them, the whole routine. So once they go home, it's so much easier for them to transition, and they're not scared of going to the groomer or anything like that. No nightmare stories here. I see so many videos on Instagram and TikTok of nightmare stories of Frenchies being absolutely horrible at the groomers. And that's a hard no for me. So I get them used to this whole process starting at when they're 1 week old. And this is the outcome. They're 7 and 8 weeks and they're completely unbothered with this. And that's just the way I love it. Hey Sally, what's going on? That's your son? Love it. The whole family's watching now. You're obsessed. You're gonna get your son obsessed too, girl. Oh, thank you for joining, girl. I hadn't seen you in here for a little bit. I always miss you, you know that. How's my baby doing? Is he behaving? Alexis, hello, hello. Welcome in.
Hi there. Same place you left me.
Alexa, stop. Wrong Alexa, clearly. Told you. Now you're going to get your son obsessed too. He's going to want another one. It's grooming time tonight, Sally. Puppies. How's Concho? Is he behaving? You gotta tell me. Aw, I am really happy he's getting big, healthy, and spoiled. I know he's very spoiled. How hot is it out there? Sun in. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Let's talk some code words since I can't really say actual prices on any of these lives. I've been getting in trouble. So we're gonna say berries, okay? I only have fluffy dogs available. All the short hairs are already spoken for. So most of the fluffy babies, with the exception of two really beautiful babies, or extra beautiful because they're all beautiful. Come here, baby. With the exception of this little girl and where are you? Where are you? I don't know where he is. Where'd you go? He couldn't get out, right? Oh no, it's you. I missed you over here. Sorry guys, I couldn't see him. He's sometimes hard to differentiate from her, so I thought he was her. They're kind of hard to tell apart. But this baby and this little girl are a different price point, but any of the other fluffies I have left are all 3.5 berries, meaning 3,500 berries. These two are different price point. Let's see. What do we got? Is there anything left in here? No, let's throw this out. All right, sounds good. So there's no DMs on YouTube, so you feel free to send me a DM on either Instagram or TikTok, same handle, Jersey Frenchies, or there's a link in bio to fill out a pub application, and we can talk more that way. Or my email is there too. It's jerseyfrenchies@gmail. Where was I? I was working on you. Brooke, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. You're partial to the black ones. You got a short hair. I got Mr. Long Hair black one over here. He's the fluffy version of Concho. Brooke, thank you so much. Aren't they sweet? They're starting to wake up. They just took a nap. Oh, Sally, I know he's overly spoiled, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I love that. You know that. Concho needs a brother. Just saying. But I'll be honest, I don't know if Mr. B can handle that Florida heat. That's a big one, It's hot. It's just too hot out there. And the fluffies are going to get hot way too fast. It's bad enough for short hair. Imagine a long hair in Florida. Hold on, the vet can't see what I'm doing. Can't see. Everything else I did. Oh, baby. Sally, have you been paying attention to this little girl? So I can't really, that's what I was saying before, I can't really say actual prices because I've been getting in trouble on lives with lots of warnings, so we have to talk code words. That's why I was saying berries. All the short hair babies are already spoken for, so I only have fluffies available, like this little girl. This little girl's a different price point, and this little boy is a different price point. But any of the fluffies I have left are 3.5 berries. Sully, have you seen this little girl? Have you seen some of the pictures on her, Sully? This little girl finally came out like her daddy. She's got one blue eye, one brown eye, and his exact coat pattern. She's absolutely stunning. So the little girl I'm holding, she is a blue. Hey, what's going on, Rabbit? How are you? You can't stay away from these babies either, can ya? She is a blue merle tri. Fluffy girl. And I was saying she's got the heterochromia. She's got one blue eye, one brown eye. I know, but I appreciate you always showing me my lives. So Miss Maya over here is my blue and white merle girl. She's short haired, but she's already spoken for. All the short hairs are spoken for. I'm so sorry. They're waking back up, definitely now. Oh, it's 10 o'clock, absolutely. Yeah, it's feeding time, they know that. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna give it 5 minutes. Now they're all awake. They're telling me it's time to eat. This is what time I feed them. Hello, welcome in everybody. Thank you for joining my huge Frenchie fam. I got 13 babies, 13 Frenchie puppies, 2 different litters. First litter turned 8 weeks old on Monday. The second litter turned 7 weeks old this past Saturday. Most of these babies have homes except for a few babies, and all I have left are fluffies at this point. I did. I decided actually I'm going to keep the 2 husky panda ones, the short hair and the long hair. I decided to keep both. I kept going back and forth. So I just said I'm going to keep them both. It's so hard. If it was up to me, I'd keep them all. They're all so gorgeous and so sweet. So the fluffies, like I was saying, the fluffies, except for these 2 babies, but all the other, except for these 2 babies. These 2 babies are a different price point. But any of the other fluffy babies, like these guys, are 3.5 berries. Gorgeous babies. Oh my god, I can't turn both of them. They're getting so big. Right, babies. Right. What am I missing? So this little merle girl, 3.5 berries. This little girl, oh, what did you step on? You got water on you. This little girl is a blue tri merle, so she's got 3 coat patterns. She's got the tan points. See, blue, no, the blue and black, and she's got 1 blue eye, 1 brown eye. This is a really sweet girl. We're asking 4.5 for her. But like I said, the other fluffy is 3.5. Let me finish. So you can send me a DM, or I also have a link in my bio for a puppy application. Either way is fine. You have a tri-pie? Oh my gosh. That's going to be absolutely beautiful. I love a pie. Yes, I'm in New Jersey. Oh my gosh, you gotta send me a picture. I want to see. You have a boy or a girl? But a tri-pie. Oh my gosh, I want to see this. So each little part of the pie has a little bit of the tri in it? I'm kind of curious. You're in Maine? Short-haired? Because how does a short-haired do in Maine? They don't do very well with the cold. Ah, you're in Morristown. Okay, I'm in East Brunswick. But I work up in Livingston, actually. How does your baby do in the cold? Gosh, they don't like the cold. So I can't even imagine. No, Maine winters. Oh, okay, right there. These Hanovers right there. So now I'm just putting on some coconut oil on their skin or fur. Oh, it makes their coat so much shinier and it hydrates their skin. So once a week I put on coconut oil on their fur. Leave the ears alone. I have two babies. Oh, she woke up. I have two. Oh, they took it off. I have two babies that I'm taping up their ears, and these guys go crazy for trying to rip off the tape. And they already took off the one off of her. Great. And they were trying to take off my black male's tape. 2 litters. I have 2 litters. The first litter turned 8 weeks old on Monday, and which are the darker color babies, like these guys, and then the lighter color babies turned 7 weeks old on Saturday. They're 5 days apart, the litters. Good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy. What am I missing with you? So yeah, definitely Kush, send me a message. Let me see. Oh, so you like the little Merle girl. Oh, that's hiding behind me. This little girl. Her name's Athena. Really, really sweet little girl. She's just a big fluff ball. They all smell the coconut oil all over me and they're just trying to lick it all off. Come here, I wasn't done with you. I wasn't done with you. Just try to put balm on their paw pads. It's been, well, they're just starting to go outside in my backyard. I don't let them out, obviously, to the park yet because they've only had one set of shots. So their pads aren't bad right now. But what's the matter? Silly. Remember, it's really hot out there, so if you're taking your dogs for walks, the pavement gets really, really hot. So don't forget to be putting some kind of balm or something just to help hydrate and heal again their paw pads. And remember to kind of walk them before it gets really hot out there or after the sun has gone down because that pavement gets really hot. Now with these guys, like I said, they haven't really got on pavement yet, but this is me more just getting them used to having their paws touched and everything like that. Just a routine to get them used to, that's all. That's mostly what this is for. And nose balm. Oh, just nose balm. Anything left in here? We still got treats in here. There we go. One more. One more. There we go. I think I'm done with you. I think I'm done with you. Where'd you go? Hey, baby. You want some treats? You want some treats? No. After I do my grooming session with them, I give them a treat. That way, just a little positive reinforcement for doing such a good job. Now, here. Alright. Find it. Find it. Find it. No. They're gonna take it away. You better eat quickly. Who's left? Who's left? My gosh. Let's see. Alright. So it is 10:13. I'm gonna do 5 more minutes and then I'm gonna get off. I really gotta feed these babies. They ate one last time for tonight. Usually at 7 p.m. I'm past due on their feeding, that's why I said 5 minutes. And then I will take them outside because now I take them outside to go to the bathroom. I'm starting to get them used to always trying to go to the bathroom outside. And then it's sleeping time. They'll sleep until 6 a.m. and then that's when they wake up. I'll take them out to the bathroom again, and it's feeding time. feeding time started here early. They can't go more than 8 hours without eating. So if I do 10 and 6. And right now they're eating 4 times a day. So they eat at 6 a.m., 11 a.m., 4 p.m., and then the last meal is at 10 p.m. How sweet. How sweet. Oh, girl. I can't see. So feeding them 4 times a day, you guys can imagine how much food all the time I'm picking up. So that's why I'm, it's almost time for them to go home too. I sent my babies home at 10 weeks, right? So I'm transitioning them to start going to the bathroom outside. So that way it makes it so much easier for when they go home to their new families. Alright. Let me see. I think my YouTube live is frozen, so I just want to take a look at that real quick. Okay. Easy, guys. Take it easy. Take it easy. Hold on, let me take a look to see what's happening with this live. So I'm live tonight on YouTube and TikTok, and I see that one's frozen. No, that's good. We're still good. Oh, that's why. All right, my battery's about to